bit of the beans. Love it. I'm a very short man, and this thing is even smaller than me. If you ask someone what do you think about the UK, usually they'll say colonialism, bland food, Queen Elizabeth, rest in peace. But when you ask me what I think of the UK, I always think of this, a classic Mini Cooper. If you're Malaysian like me, you would think, ah, this is Mr. Bean car. And that's actually how this car got baked into my mind. Growing up watching that one season of Mr. Bean, that green small Mini Cooper always comes to mind, and that skit of him driving on the top of the roof with a sofa is kind of legendary. But anyway, let's talk about this. This is a 1999 classic Mini Cooper. It is a Japanese delivered example provided by my good mate at Japanese Auto Spirits. His name's Clifford. He is a all-around really nice guy, and he just has a very genuine passion for cars. Check out his socials, check out his company. If you ever want to import a car into Australia, he's based in Melbourne. He can help you out. Give him a shout. All right, time to start it up. So I must admit, this is not my first time driving this car. I'll insert a clip now. You'll notice that I couldn't stop smiling. The thing is, this thing is so small. You know, backing it up and maneuvering it is quite easy. It is still an old car, so there are squeaks and rattles because old car. Styling wise, like, what are you gonna say? You don't like the styling on a Mini Cooper? It is such a quintessentially British design. Seams are on the outside. Apparently there was also a decision made so that it doesn't encroach into the passenger space. Leather seats, sort of a lounge chair. It's very comfortable. I've been sitting in it for an hour plus, no complaints. The driving position's a bit odd. The steering wheel is tilted away from you. It's off-center from the seat, and it's quite high up. So can't really do this too much without the window being down. The way it feels, the way it drives, it's a very old car. It's not really fair to say that it's a 1998 car. The bones are still out of a old 1960s hatch. Which brings me up to, whoa, how bumpy this car is over the rough stuff. Every single crevice or bump or undulation on the road feels like a massive pothole. Earlier versions of this car had rubber cone suspension. This one still has rubber cone suspension. They had a version of the car where they had hydroelastic suspension, which basically linked the front and rear axles with hydraulic tubes, which really helped the ride. Because they had to cut costs and made it cheaper to produce, they actually took that away. You can still modify them and put a hydroelastic system back into the car, but it's not required to still have fun. Not to say it's super stiff, it's just bumpy. So you do feel like you're hopping over some bumps and it oscillates a lot. The ride gets a little bit better when you go at speed, because when you go really slow, the car really falls into the bump. But who freaking cares? It is an absolute riot to drive. You're in this tiny little box with this zippy little 1.3 litre engine, a 4-cylinder, which is based on a very old design. It has twin port injection. It's quite peppy. If you get the Cooper S kit, you get 80 something horsepower. This car is all about tiny numbers. It's tiny in stature, it's tiny in the power it produces, it's tiny in terms of weight. In terms of the actual space you have, it's not too dissimilar to some of the small hatches you have nowadays. It's just that the distance between you and the outside world is a lot smaller. The whole concept of this car is to maximize the amount of space you have inside for the passengers. So there's actually quite a lot of cargo space for the vehicle of this size. You can actually put your luggage at the bottom of the seats, you can put luggage in the boot, which is decently sized. It's just a masterclass in engineering where your goal is to package as much space as you can into the smallest space that you can. Just really satisfying when you can see someone try and maximize everything and come up with quite creative solutions to do so. Passenger foot space is adequate, The dashboard is far away enough that your knees will just about rub them. When I was driving with Jordan, whenever I shifted gears, I was basically slightly molesting his leg. You are sitting really close to your passenger next to you. If you're a big dude or a big dudette, you'll be quite intimate with your passenger. There is space in the back. You can actually see a seat in the back. Not bad. My friend Jordan was in the back. Not much complaints. Plus, you have to kind of man spread a little bit. Such a tiny little car. You can fit through so many little spaces. It's so perfect for just zipping around a small city. Oh my god. See, like this, it's a one-laner, but this car is so small that I can squeeze through. I love this thing. I love this thing. It's so fun. Let's get on to how it drives. It is not quite a go-kart. If you've ever driven a pro kart or a rental car, you get that seat of the pants feeling. This is not quite like that. I'll put it this way, it is as go-karty as a car can be for this size and this power. It is similar to like a rental car where it doesn't have much shove. Alright, so time to just like get a bit of the beans. Low down, not really much. And then when you cross 3000, it really starts to get going. And it's not like you're going in some insane speed. Love it. There was a little bit of me when I went, oh shit. Woo! So this is the best thing ever. You're having so much fun while not breaking the law. You do have to be careful though, because if you do crash, it's like, good luck. So nothing much happens when you steer the car in the middle, like that. But it really does load up in the corners. So you really need to muscle it in. You can feel how the car wants to change direction like that. It's a very old driving style. You really have to grab it by the scruff of the neck. You can feel how the chassis balance. Understeer, it is still a front-wheel drive car. There's a lot of weight on the front and not much on the rear. But you can have this sense of a lift-off oversteer or pick up one of the small little wheels from the back. I was reviewing my MX-5 last week and I was going on about how old cars are the only ones who can like make you feel a certain way about driving. I still stand by that point. I went on about how a car makes you feel and the smile on your face. This car is making my jaw hurt a little bit because I'm holding down that smile to be able to speak to you right now. You have the most fun in a car when you can push the car to its limit. You feel the car through your butt, and your hands, your feet. James May probably sums that up quite well. Does it give you the fizz? Does it excite you in your nether regions? Cars are just so much more than just transportation. It's not a car that you really want to daily, like let's say you want to go to work every day, go on the highway, get stuck in traffic the whole time. You do get jiggled about really badly. But as a car for just a weekend, like, oh my gosh, I want one so bad. Just popping to the shop, if it's like your local grocery store, this makes all the sense in the world. You're having so much fun while getting groceries. This car is universally loved. I really think that. I've been driving around here and I've seen so many people smile at this car. They're definitely not smiling at me, but they're definitely smiling at the car. In terms of visibility out, it is great because the pillars are so small that nothing's really blocking you. You have quite a panoramic view of everything out, which makes driving this car really easy. But you just have to make sure that the other guy sees you because you're so small. The position of the gear knob is actually done very well. It's very close to the steering wheel, so it's just very easy reach. Shift lever action is nice and light. It is long. I like it. It's very old car vibes where you gotta go one gear, another gear. Sort of suits the dance of shifting gears. People who drive manuals understand what I mean. Some cars you can't rush the gear, and it's one of those cars that you gotta be careful of. So this particular example has a 4-speed manual. You might be thinking, oh, what if it had a 5? I don't really think it needs a 5. The gears are relatively short I think it's perfectly suited for the amount of power you have and the speeds that you're probably going in the car. It's a cable operated gear lever. It's not the best shifter in the world. I drive an MX-5 by the way, so I have high standards for manual shifter feel. You just have to be really careful of how well you set up your cables and your tensions. If not, it can feel a little bit vague and you can start missing gears, and so just be mindful of that. Sometimes you gotta double D-clutch and rev it twice to get into gear. Pedal spacing is really good. It's quite close to each other. Very easy to like heel and toe. Throttle response is sort of like an old car. The throttle pedal is actually really close to the carpet on the right because that's actually where the wheel arch is. Remember, this car is packaged really tightly. Throttle pedal travel is quite small, so when you want to rev match, you don't really have to blip it that hard. Clutch pedal, nice and hefty, it gives you a proper feel of where the bike point is. I jumped in the car and drove it no problem straight away. Brake pedal gives you enough feedback to know what the tires are doing. Pretty firm, pretty strong. The brakes underneath those small rims are not very big, but the car is not very big in the first place, so you don't really need that much stopping power. Its influence on the automotive industry as a whole is undoubtable. Anyone who has a contrary opinion is stupid. I don't know of any other car that has had so much influence on both the motorsport side, the enthusiast side, the everyday Joe, a celebrity, a rock star, blue-collar worker. Come on, there is no other car that has affected that many people at the same time and has been made for so long. It has even a modern version of the car right now. There was 5+ million of them ever made, and they've spanned so many decades in different forms as a sedan, a pickup, a wagon. There was something called a mini moke. When you drive it, you understand why it's hung around for so long and why people love them so much. Engine swaps and crazy project cars, Honda B series engine in the front, Hayabusa engines in it, Yamaha R1 engines in it. It's just, the list goes on. That one's less adding fun, more reducing safety features in my opinion. It's a way of experiencing a bygone era of motoring. Prices start around the 25 grand mark for a pretty good, well-sorted one, depending on the version, the trim, where it's from. There's all sorts of minis and all sorts of flavors. This car is very successful in motorsport. Small package and small wheelbase really helped it navigating the tight, twisty roads of Monte Carlo. It was light, it was easy to work on, handling was pretty good. Those British engineers did a really good job. Let me pull up the Wikipedia page of this car. So, motorsport section, and it's pretty long. Let's go. The Monte Carlo Rally, it won in 1964. They also won the 2007 League Rally, Macau, Saloon 1-2-3 finish in 65, all the first time in 79, win in 76, British Rally Challenge, Australian Touring Car Championship, winning 2009, 78 racing 79, British under the 2-liter category in the Phillip Island 500K, 6 Trans Am seasons, European Rally Championship in 65, 66. There's so much history in this car and I won't be able to cover everything. I've driven another one that had slightly smaller wheels and tires. Wow, that felt like a rocket ship. Each of these cars just feel a little bit different. You have to find the one that speaks to you the most. It's kind of like a cat. Cats kind of choose you, but you also have to choose the cat, right? You have to find the one that vibes with you. This review will be really short because in summation, this car is just fun. I really cannot convey anything else. If you want to buy a car like this, especially like a Japanese imported Mini Cooper, reach out to my friend Clifford. He will sort you out. He will try and find one for you and he will sort out all the import documentation, all the logistics for you. He does basically almost anything in Japan. He has fire trucks, Sylvias, Felfires, K-trucks. I've seen him even transport some pretty cool race cars interstate as well. He's based in Melbourne. If you have a dream Japanese car that you want to import, contact him and he'll get it sorted for you. He's a nice guy, he's genuinely passionate about cars. Yeah, he really goes to the nth degree to try and satisfy his customers, and all he wants to see is his customer being happy.
Thank you for watching. I am roping together more cool cars to be able to cover for you guys, so your support really matters and I really want to thank you for that. Please like, comment and subscribe below, and Even turn on the notification bell so you know when my next video is coming up. Let me know what I got wrong because there's so many details about these cars that I cannot cover everything. If you've ever owned one or driven one, tell me what your experience is like. Yeah, just share your story down below. I'll be happy to hear it. I really do read all the comments that show up in the videos. There's gonna be another Japanese front-wheel drive hatch that I'm gonna review soon. Put your guesses down below what that is. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.